Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Catch Cup, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Tentacruel. Tentacruel has a lot of very strong play in this meta, as it is an excellent answer to many things that we often see in the Catch Cup, and also on this team, Wigglytuff. I had to do it, guys. Leave it to Catch Cup to force my hand on building a disgusting charmer, but it fit into the team perfectly, so it will be in the bag, along with Haxorus on the lead. Another strong pick for the meta, and honestly, I haven't used Haxorus very much, so I thought, what better time than now in the Catch Cup, where it is eligible. At a glance, this team might seem like it was just thrown together, but there's a method behind the madness. But here we go, Cresselia on the lead here. Pretty neutral. Of course, this thing can hit with super effective Moonblast, but we do outpace and we do debuff. So that's what we're going to do with Haxorus. That's what it does best. And right here, run it back if you missed it, but the game did something really weird. I'm tapping the screen, but it's not doing anything, and it just so happens that the Cresselia was getting moves through in the process, so we're a little bit flustered here. I wanted to catch the Moonblast onto Tentacrul, but the game said no, so we're forced to double shield, and that's okay because the shields go to Haxorus anyways, and in my flustered state, I did not react fast enough to this Grand Ball, so we throw this, and the Haxorus goes down, but we had an answer to this Grand Ball, as well as other fairies like Azumarill. I could not believe how many Azumarill I saw in this Catch Cup, and I find it very hard to believe that those were first build Azus, but that's a whole nother point. They come back in with that Crest, and they shield the low health Crest, so that could only mean one thing. They're trying to get off a massive super future sight, so we catch that, and there it is. An Azu in the back. Would you believe that, guys? I would say, 90% of these Azumarils are second or third builds, which is absolutely insane to see, but that's why we're running Tentacruel. For other reasons as well, Poliwrath going to be very common. Tentacruel shuts down Poliwrath as well. And we're going for this acid spray on the Azumarill, and anytime you want a top left friend, you go for it, and they do, as Azumarill, even up a shield, was not going to do anything to Tentacruel. Good game, well played to the opponent. I actually have a rank 5 Tentacruel, but I think I may elevate that one to the Ultra League, but we'll see with the upcoming Spotlight Hour. But here we go. Metacham lead here. So what I wanted to do, ideally you'll want to catch an Ice Punch on Tentacruel, but they overfarm by 1. So I'm trying to get a good beat on their timing and their play pattern. We will throw up a shield, obviously, here. Again, the shields often go to Haxorus, and gonna throw this Breaking Swipe here, further debuffing their attack. And right about here, I wasn't sure if they would overfarm by 1 again or just go right for it. So they are playing very well, keeping us off track in terms of getting a good beat on their timing. So after expending both shields and debuffing it by 2 stages, I was comfortable just to immediately go into Tentacruel on the safe swap here. They are at a Psychic, but it's been 2 times debuffed, and we're quite tanky, still in the yellow, and they've got a Trevenant in the back. So they are absolutely try-harding here a little bit, but I'm going to give them a little bit of slack, guys. This is an expert still pushing for Legend here in the Catch Cup, so they will get no complaints from me. You got to do what you got to do. But we had an excellent answer to a Catch Cup Trevenant coming in the form of Wigglytuff. And yeah, they're running Carbink, Metacham Core again. It's an expert, still pushing for Legend here. So I'm going to give them a little slack. I'm not going to defame them, or what is it? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but they get a pass from me. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And if you're wondering, I would have given them the free low, but I had to make them sweat a little bit, and it's looking like they will not need the freeload because when you run Meta Jam and Carbink on the same team, you get a lot of wins, and that is precisely what occurs for this trainer. Good game, well played to them, and good luck on their legend push. This team was putting in the work for sure. It has surprisingly good synergy, but here we go. Charizard lead. Not ideal, as Charizard actually outpaces us to the super effective Dragon Claws, and they play to a CMP tie that they do not win. Haxorus does not often lose CMP tie. This thing hits like a truck, and we grab an early shield. We will match that shield, not trying to get hit by a Dragon Claw from Charizard. Even debuffed, it would do a metric ton of damage, and because they're throwing right when they get to the move, we're gonna catch that, picking up on that play pattern, and it does laughable damage, and it looks like they're gonna rebank and make a play into a Quagsire, a very solid answer to a poison type like Tentacrul, but we can fight back with neutral Scalds with Stab, doing quite a bit of neutral damage, and we should survive a Mud Bomb from a non-Shadow Quagsire here, so we're gonna let this go. And it does not KO, and we are at another Scald here, so they've got to make a tough decision. Do they give us Switch or do they shield? They give us Switch, and that is beautiful because we now control the alignment. This Charizard is absolutely loaded. Gonna throw our Wigglytuff in here. And I'm thinking that they're going to go right for this Blast Burn. So we will shield and look to resist it, farm down this Charizard with Charms. And now it'll be very interesting to see. I'm thinking maybe a Poliwrath, maybe a Greninja, perhaps a Catch Cup Metacham, but we will never know because they do top left. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, like I said, I felt pretty good about building this Tentacrul, even though I already have a rank 5 because I may be elevating that rank 5 to Ultra. But here we go, Catch Cup Trevenant on the lead, gonna go for the Breaking Swipe, take a little bit of the sting off of those Shadow Claws, and they do let it go as they do survive. A lot of trainers love to bait Haxorus knowing that we need the shield, so we're calling this, and they go right for the Shadow Ball, holy smokes. Oh, shouts to them for going right for the kill shot, and they bail into a nice shiny Lucario. This is where Wigglytuff comes in so clutch. I have a rank 4 Wigglytuff built for the Great League, but, this thing just fit perfectly into this team, and it addresses a lot of things that we often see in this Catch Cup, like Poliwrath. Fresh off of the calm day, addresses Greninja quite well, addresses Catch Cup Trevenant and Catch Cup Medi. I had to build the thing to fit into the team. And they're going to take us out, but Tentacrul is about to bring this home for us as Poliwrath can do absolutely nothing to Tentacrul, which is why we're running it. This Trevenant is quite low. We're going to go for this Acid Spray debuff and farm this thing down to Funky Town here, grabbing the final shield from this opponent, but it will not help them one bit because they will not make it to another move before they go down. It is the neutral C-Bomb, and again, this Poliwrath can do nothing. Just gonna go for the Acid Spray. That seems to be the path of least resistance here. And whatever they throw, we survive quite comfortably, as it is all resisted by Tentacrul. It's the Dynamic Punch, does not matter. They go down, courtesy of a Poison Jab from our Tentacrul. You absolutely love to see it. Good game, well played to them. You know, with all my ranting about the Catch Cup, I actually had some fun with this team. And here we go. Noctowl, Catch Cup Noctowl here on the lead. Not too bad, as they are taking neutral damage from these counters, and the Breaking Swipes do take the sting off the fast move pressure. They don't have to shield the first one, but they are going to have a very difficult time tanking a second Breaking Swipe here. Even debuffed, we're going to shield the Sky Attack, and they make a play into a Catch Cup Trevenant, going for the Breaking Swipe to do some chip damage as well as apply that debuff, and then we will make the play into Wiggly. You could make a very strong argument that we could go immediately into Wigglytuff, but I really didn't want to tank multiple Seed Bombs from Trevenant, as they really do add up. Although we are double resisting the fast move pressure with our normal typing, again, why Wigglytuff is very clutch for these Catch Cup Trevs, and they top left. I don't know what they had in the back. Perhaps a Catch Cup Medi. I don't know, but whatever it was, didn't want to see it wiggly. Good game, well played to them. I gotta say, I did not regret building this Wiggly, even though I already have a rank 4 built. It was so clutch, and this is why we've got Wiggly, speaking of, for these Calm Day Poliwraths, which are all eligible. But we're gonna play this out a little bit here, go for this Breaking Swipe, again, taking a bit of the sting off of these counters with Stab. They overfarmed by quite a bit. Gonna shield this. And if we cannot counter this thing down in 3, we're going to look to make a catch because they're 3 off. We can't counter down, so we're catching a debuffed, resisted Ice Punch on a very tanky water type. Oh, you love to see it. That does no damage. But we do draw out a Quagsire. Again, an excellent answer to a poison type such as Tentacruel. But we are quite tanky. We will survive a Mud Bomb, and gonna go for the Scald here. A debuff would be quite nice, as it would set up our next Pokemon that will be coming back in. And we do get the attack drop. Oh, you love to see it. And they go for the perfect overfarm to deny us the energy, our energy while maximizing theirs. So brilliant play by them. But they are debuffed, so we are fine to bring in our Wigglytuff. They are loaded, but again, that Scald debuff came in super clutch coming from Tentacruel. They should make it to another Mud Bomb, and they do because they are a non-shadow, so they can withstand the fast move pressure a lot better. Oh, and they've got a Calm Day Greninja. Oh my goodness, this is over again. Why, I did not regret building a second Wigglytuff, even though I already have a very good Wigglytuff built, guys. It just made perfect sense. It's relatively inexpensive to build as well. And you get these top lefts in the Catch Cup upon seeing a Wigglytuff. Oh my goodness, coming in so clutch. Good game, well played to them. Oh man, not only was this team putting in the work, but it was a lot of fun to run. And here we go, Haxorus mirror matchup. I don't like to stay in on those. I like to go into Tentacrul because they often stay in to get off that debuff. But this gives us a precious health advantage for our own Haxorus, just in case the paths meet later on in this battle. So they apply the debuff and pivot into a Carbink. So this is okay. They do shield our Scald, which they absolutely did not have to do. But they likely knew that we were going to get to 2, as it looks like they're going to go for a farm down here. So didn't want the... well, no, they're not going for it. So yeah, they definitely did not need to shield. But that's okay. Gonna let this go and actually look to come in with our own Haxorus and really load up on energy. We are running Surf because I did anticipate seeing a lot of Carbinks in this Catch Cup, as well as some Bastiodons, which I have seen. So Surf really does come in clutch in this Catch Cup meta. Going for it, speaking of, saying bye-bye to the Carbink. Wanted a clean KO. I did not want to take any more of that Rock Throw fast move pressure. And they've got a Wigglytuff of their own, so they're also running the Haxorus Wigglytuff core. I thought I was the only one, and we did stay in to get farmed down, because we wanted to get one more counter in, recognizing that our own Wigglytuff is where our win condition lies. And this Haxorus will not last long enough to do anything meaningful. It goes down to 3 charms, and our Hax Wigglytuff core reigned supreme in the end. Good game, well played to them. Oh, I did not think that I would see another Haxorus Wigglytuff core in that last one. That was fun to see. And here we go, another Haxorus lead. As I mentioned in the previous battle, I don't like staying in on those just to find out who wins CMP tie. Not worth it. It is worth it getting a health advantage for our own Haxorus, which we do because they often stay in to get off that debuff as they make a play into a double. So going to go for the Scald. That's what you want to do on a Pokemon that has a bit of bulk, such as double. We've also been debuffed, so I wanted to maximize the damage. And they do hit us with a body slam there, and they are going to throw with perfect timing, denying us the energy. Not shielding this, we're going to look to come in with our Haxorus and farm this thing down. I'm thinking shield once farm down is the play, as they will make it to another body slam before we can do that. And we are okay giving up the shield, as again, any team that Haxorus is on, the shielding priority should be going to Haxorus. So we are down a shield, but we have loads of energy. Going to be interesting to see if they want to come back in with their own Haxorus. They're thinking about it. They do. So that farm down will be quite fruitful as we get to get off this breaking swipe here, likely grabbing a shield from them, and we do. And now, again, I think we shield once farm down and debuff their final Pokemon remaining. So that's what we're going to do. I don't think they make it to another one in time. They do not. And we have nearly 2 breaking swipes to debuff what happens to be an Ivysaur. So very cool to see. Likely holding out for an event to get Frenzy Plant on a Venusaur. I don't blame them. Ivysaur, very interesting, quite nice to see. So we double debuff it and hope for the best. I think they only make it to 1 Sludge Bomb, and being double debuffed, it's not going to come anywhere near KOing. Does half, but I don't think they make it to another one. Resisted Charms. OP! We charmed down a poison type with Wigglytuff to close the game strong. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. I'm telling you guys, I did not expect to have as much fun as I had in the catch-up as I did. It was a fun time for sure. We had a Wigglytuff. That's a nightmare lead. We actually go into our own Wigglytuff to mirror, because you never want to come in with your best answer, which would be Tentacrul, and gonna play to a potential CMP tie here. I've run into a couple of Wild Charge doubles. They built up to nearly back-to-back Wild Charges. That's a weird time to throw for them, so I just felt it in my bones. So that's a good shield there. We do tank a Wild Charge, and the Charms will farm down, being quadruple debuffed, and we win swap with our Wiggly. You love to see it. We can now align our Poison-type Tentacrul onto this poor Wigglytuff, and they've got a Catch Cup Trev in the bag, so going to debuff this thing and align our Haxorus here. Not too many places for it to go, so we're just going to sacrifice Haxorus. We're not shielding anything. They could bait, but not likely. It doesn't make sense to bait knowing that Haxorus is dead weight for us, and they go right for that Shadow Ball, making the read. Good on them, but it does not matter. This Trevenant is severely compromised on its defense. We shield this and going to throw another Acid Spray to get rid of this Trevenant. They're not going to make it to another move, but I don't want these Shadow Claws to get us within an awkward range to where that Wigglytuff can pull off a miracle here. So going to get rid of that Trevenant. And now, oh my goodness, it's getting close. We have to throw on the CMP tie to not allow a Charm to sneak through. I'm thinking we barely survived the Disarming Voice. And playing to the CMP tie is what got this one done, because they did not sneak through a Charm. Our Poison Jab registers before theirs does, and that is what won the game. My goodness. Knowledge of mechanics got that one done for us. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, guys, so if you have a Wiggly and you're on the fence about building it, I'd say go for it. It's relatively inexpensive to build and quite clutch in the meta. Here we go, a Cresselia lead here. This is okay because we do outpace to these breaking swipes with stab, and we can apply these debuffs in the 2s. It's not too bad. But we're going to catch because a lot of Cresselia trainers, for some reason, they go to 9. We picked up on that very common play pattern and catch a resisted debuff Moonblast on Tentacrul. Holy smokes. And they did build up to a potential future sight. So it is debuffed, but we will shield that. Not looking to tank that much super effective damage, even debuffed. And they meet us with a Poliwrath. That's not a good answer to a Tentacrul. So I'm thinking maybe they're weak in the back to Tentacrul. Not sure what else it could be. So we go Scald on Poliwrath. It's quite tanky, and debuffing is not the way to go because you want to get some raw damage in on these very tanky Poliwraths. That combined with the poison jabs with stab is enough. We get the attack drop and we bail back into our Haxorus, taking advantage of the misaligned switch clocks. Our Tentacrul got a bit low, but I'm thinking maybe there's a Charmer in the back. There's no other reason to bring in a Poliwrath, and we do get the perfect farm down just as they're getting to an Ice Punch. And they did have a Charmer of their own in the back, not a Wiggly. It is a Aromatisse. So we debuff, and then we chip with Surf. Should have maybe gone for the back-to-back, but I didn't think we'd make it to the back-to-back. Or we might have had it. I wasn't paying attention, but I just wanted to get that damage off. They do bail back into their Cresselia, so we Acid Spray it, and we go into Wiggly. Lower that defense. We will get hit by a potential Future Sight, but Wigglytuff has a very high HP stat. We tank that quite comfortably, and we get that precious energy lead that we needed to bring this home. Aromatisse only has nuke moves. We got a buff with Season 15 coming in the form of Disarming Voice. It came in clutch. We're saying bye-bye to the Aromatisse, courtesy of our Wigglytuff, showing them who the superior Charmer is in this Catch Cup meta. It was Wiggly all the way. And that is the team, my friends. Good game, well played to them. Yeah. Like I said, the team at a glance seems like it was just thrown together, but again, there was a method behind the madness. It has great synergy. Haxorus doesn't like heavy fast move pressure, and there are some counter users in this meta to keep an eye out for. Most notably, Poliwrath would try to Community Day, making it eligible, as well as some Catch Cup Metachams. So I wanted to pair it with two Pokemon that would do well up against fighters like that. Tentacrul made perfect sense, as there are a lot of Charmers also available. Tentacrul just amazing in the meta. And I decided to pull the trigger on a Catch Cup Wiggly. I do have a rank 4 build, but Wigglytuff just fit perfectly because, again, Poliwrath quite common, Greninja lurking, as well as the Catch Cup Metachams and the Catch Cup Trevenants. Perhaps even some Catch Cup Sableye. So I didn't see any Sableyes, but I saw the Trevs and the Metis, and Wigglytuff just made perfect sense. You pair all those together, that's a recipe for a lot of fun and a lot of success in the Catch Cup. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.